lot of people don't know that. Like, I have a failed pest control company. I shouldn't have passed bar exam, but getting rejected over and over and over. I have like literally 30 plus letters, people saying that I wasn't good enough. Partners like kicking me out of the company. And so the wheel started spinning and I'm like, maybe we make another run at this. Yeah, so I grew up in a really small farming community on the Oregon-Idaho border. So it's actually in Oregon. And I used to tell people that I grew up in Oregon, but then people would be like, oh, it's green, it's like liberal, it rains all the time. And that's not the Oregon I grew up in. It's one of those towns that it gets smaller over time. So there's like 2,000 people there. So I was born just up the road. So there wasn't even a hospital there. So I was born in a neighboring town called Ontario, but then I grew up in Nissa. So I spent the first 17 years of my life there. I graduated when I was 17 and went to college. So my dad passed away in 2009, but he was a tractor salesman. He repaired cars, kind of did a little bit of everything to get by. Had 6 kids and, had some bills to pay.
How was it growing up with 6 siblings?
It was fun. There were moments, man, because I guess I'm a middle child. I'm the 4th out of 6.
The forgotten ones.
So, dude, I loved being in that spot. Like, I had no problem with it, but so it was a girl was the oldest, and then 4 boys in the middle, and then a girl the youngest. There were 8 of us growing up in a 3-bedroom house with 1 bathroom. That was crazy, man. 1 bathroom is crazy with 8 people, especially on like a Sunday morning, getting ready for church. The boys, I think we had to take showers or baths the night before so the girls could have the bathroom on Sunday, but super religious. Yep. Went to church every Sunday, pretty much my entire life.
You still go to church?
Still do. Yep. Well, the funny thing is that I started a pest control company, or I should say I tried to, and failed before I went to law school. A lot of people don't know that.
Really?
Like, I have a failed pest control company, Freedom Pest Control, really? Because I was living on Freedom Boulevard when I came up with the idea. But I got into pest control because I was graduating from college and my brother got into door-to-door sales and he was doing really well with it. And he calls me and he's like, dude, we should do a pest control company. You do the operations, I'll do the sales. And so that's what sparked the interest. And then I went to work for this pest control company in Columbus, Ohio. He was doing the sales. I was a technician. And that didn't last like 3 or 4 weeks, man. We were too young, fought too much, like couldn't get along, didn't have the money to start it. So then I moved to Idaho, tried to get it off the ground. That was Freedom Pest Control. Didn't get it off the ground. What I thought they were back then was I didn't know enough. But I'm 20 years. That was 20 years ago. Now looking back on it, I just didn't stick with it. I was looking for an easier path. Thought it was too hard.
What made you go from that first pest control to being like, you know what, maybe I'll pursue law school, do that whole thing?
Yeah, like I considered getting an MBA. So I'd already graduated, had an undergraduate degree. I was working for a bank at the time. And it was like, should I go to business school or law school? And decided to go to law school. It was cool, man. It was like, so I went to one of the largest private colleges in the United States. BYU has like 45,000 students on campus. It's huge. And then I go to law school at ASU, which ASU is one of the largest public schools in the United States, but the law school is little. Like, my law school class was like over 100 people. And so it felt like high school. We had lockers and everybody knew everybody. There's like drama and stuff, but the social aspect was like surprisingly cool. Like, surprisingly, best thing I took from law school. But in between time, my wife's pregnant and she delivers. So after I graduate law school, before I take the bar exam, my wife delivers and she develops heart disease, heart failure. She develops pregnancy-induced cardiomyopathy, and she almost died. And so I have a newborn. I'm studying for the bar exam, and my wife is like in the ER and in like different sectors of the hospital, almost dies. While I'm studying for the bar exam, she recovers mostly. I take the bar exam, and before I get the results, I move back to my hometown for this legal job, and then I get the bar results, 4 months later or something like that. So it's a miracle that I passed, because I had paid like $1,500 for this course, and I couldn't even go to the course because I was studying in the hospital, like in the hospital chairs, and like I went to the course one time, and my classmates were there 8 hours a day, and I'm teaching myself commercial paper, secure transactions, these like really difficult subjects while I'm in the hospital. So there were some miracles. I shouldn't have passed the bar exam, but I did. So I thought I was doing everything right. I graduated in the top of my class. I was on Law Journal. Both of those things are really important to top firms. And so on paper, I'm getting all these interviews, but I never got a job. And I actually kept all the rejection letters. And about 10 years ago, I found them, and I was like reviewing them, and it brought back all these memories of like just getting rejected over and over and over. I have like literally 30 plus letters, people saying that I wasn't good enough. And I fast forward 10 years and I'm going through them, and I'm like, I remember how that made me feel, but I'm not feeling that way now. I look at it like with gratitude, because if I had taken one of those jobs, or if things would have been different, maybe I wouldn't have started a business. So, and then what really happened was, my brother, he was selling pest control. The entire time he stayed in pest control. He sold for a long time. Then he started a company, and him and his partner were going their separate ways right around this time that me and my wife, he and his wife, and then a friend and his wife all go to Vegas for Valentine's Day. And it was right at that time he's heading home, and he calls me and he's like, yeah, like partner is like kicking me out of the company. And so the wheel started spinning, and I'm like, maybe we make another run at this. And so for the next 3 or 4 months, it's just me trying to recruit my brother and like sell him on the idea of trying again. And I got him.